Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is Leonard Fournette. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Brought down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. That'll be complete to Cook. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Wesley Woodyard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And it's caught. And he's brought down.
Complete to Evan.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Christian McCaffrey taking it in. And the Browns have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
brought down by...
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A.J. Green, 71 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. But now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Oh, going for Sanders down. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 25-yard line. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And this is Cook with a grab. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and goal.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
A 4-yard.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now left side on the swing pass. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. Man open, it's Goodwin. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Complete.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Off the play fake, here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
intercepted.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Tannehill's pass.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
A gain of 5.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
57. Mike, 57.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
A handoff to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. They'll put it in the hands of their receiver, Sanders. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
The tackle made.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. This side, baby. That's big side.
Now Tannehill. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
4th down and less than a yard.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They snap it to Tannehill. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Is a turnover.
And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 8 yards there. First down, Cleveland.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Check 26, check 26. Tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. And behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Campbell making the catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Haskins. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Haskins will throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the Ravens' 35-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Play action. Haskins. Deep ball for Goodwin. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Complete to
Marquise Goodwin. 35 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will make it into the end zone.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Jared Cook, his Pro Bowl tight end, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Tannehill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
By the Browns. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. No. Guaranteed head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Casey Hayward.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down, Browns.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Third down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Edelman set to return. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
1-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
Break this time. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Christian McCaffrey. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Browns 21, Ravens 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
That's good.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
On the carry.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
Second and 9. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47.
Now it's Haskins. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
To number 88.
Evan Ingram, 53 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for Leonard Fournette.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Tannehill. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of those, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Again, it's McCaffrey, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
On the handoff.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
From the 16, Haskins. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Evan Ingram. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Ravens 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. That'll be complete to Cook. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the
not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. 65. 65. 65. Mike, 55.
Here's Tannehill. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Tannehill. He's got his man here. It's Green. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it'll be 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Ed Dixon. There to make the grab. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, you
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
No, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more.
Push him back. Push him back. Slam. Check the heart rate. Get wide.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. T.J. Watt, always the disruptor, there to blow that play up. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They think like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to.